What a beginning!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another bracket video. Today I have Josh. You can remember him from um classic versus modern animated bracket. But today we're going a little off the rails in the bracket sense because this isn't animated, but sure is it as good as they are. Uh, what? This
Lady fell on the doorway!
and there he is, more annoying than ever. We have the Twilight Zone episode bracket, and you know how these work. We both have different opinions as usual. Um, a disclaimer before we start: my favorite episode isn't even on here, so this already is a piece of crap. But you know, what are you gonna do?
I think you should tell the world what your favorite episode is.
It is season 1, episode 2, One for the Angels. If you've not seen that one, I highly suggest it. Josh here likes it, but it's not his favorite. Without giving it away, is your favorite on this bracket?
I struggled to pick out a favorite episode, but I think I have one in mind that's probably my favorite, and yes, it is on the bracket.
Alright, well, without further ado, what?
A goo?
Without further ado, let's start with the first matchup. Time Enough at Last and a Stop at Willigabee. What? Oh, Willoughby, sorry. Well, these are both definitely... Alright, so here's my problem with Time Enough at Last. Its message is good, but it feels... There's a lot of... It doesn't... I feel like that one should be shorter than 25 minutes because I feel like there's unnecessary stuff that happens that does add to it, but confuses you of the overall meaning.
To Stop at Willoughby, I haven't seen it in a while, and it wasn't bad. I remember being a little bored by it, so I think I'm gonna go with Time Enough at Last.
These are both very close, not at the top for me, but I think I'm gonna go with Stop at Willoughby.
Gotcha.
The next matchup is number 12, Looks Just Like You, and 5 characters in search of an exit. Now, I just watched 5 characters in a search of an exit, and it was a lot better than I remembered. I think watching it the first time, you're very confused because you're really trying hard to figure out what's going on, and then I feel like you can get frustrated because I just feel like it was almost not impossible, but extremely hard to solve it. So, but now watching again, knowing the answer, I was able to appreciate the genius of how it was done. So I think that's going to be number 12, Looks Just Like You.
Yeah, I actually don't think I've seen number 12 Looks Just Like You. I think that's the only one on here I haven't seen. 5 characters in search for an exit. I thought it was a very good episode with a disappointing payout at the end. Are we allowed to spoil endings here?
Well, I mean, if they haven't watched them yet, then they're kind of stupid, so...
That's true. The concept of them being in a trash can and them just being toys or whatever is okay, but I mean, when you get to know them as humans and then at the end they're not human, I don't know, it just kind of disappointed me. But with that being said, I'm still gonna pick that one because it's worth watching.
Yeah, watching it over again, I realized they were in a donation booth.
Oh!
So that's why they slowly kept being added. So that helped me better. I didn't get that the first time. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, same here. Okay.
Okay, so next we have Monsters Are Due on Maple Street and The Invaders. I don't know who did this bracket, but boy, you made it easy for me.
I personally don't hate The Invaders. I don't think it deserves the crap that it gets, because obviously it's insanely corny, but I mean, so are a lot of them, and they're still great.
Hey, don't tell me!
What?
Don't tell me!
But with that being said, The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street is one of my favorites. I think it's one of the best. It's crazy how the whole episode just freaks you out, and there's not like a single otherworldly creature in it till like the last 5 seconds. It just like creates fear and paranoia just with people. I love that episode. That's definitely gonna win for me.
Yeah, I think that one. You didn't have to talk so much, even though you'd love to. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's just the voice and the love. Yeah.
That one I feel like we don't have to say much about it now because obviously it's gonna make it pretty far. Next we have Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up versus the Living Doll. Would you like to talk first, you one-eyed beagle?
Oh man, this is the hardest matchup so far for me because these are two of my favorites. I'm not gonna say until the end of the video which one is my favorite because, well, I'll just save that for the end. But these two are very different because they're both. I kind of divide the Twilight Zone episodes into two categories: creepy ones and like philosophical ones. And these two are both creepy ones, but at the same time, I feel like Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up? It has like a philosophical nature to it. I feel like it's a little swirl of both.
I feel like it's a creepy idea, but done maybe more philosophical.
Yeah, yeah. And also, no matter how long ago it was done, the concept of like people being stranded in a blizzard in a diner and one of them is not who they seem, like that's just a winning concept.
Yeah.
That works for anything. The Living Doll is great. I think I have to go with a Real Merchant Please Stand Up though. It's gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I haven't seen the Living Doll, but I think I know of it, and even if it was as good as the world says it is, no. Next, if you go to the top left, we're gonna continue. Nightmare at 20,000 feet versus Nick of Time. Now, Nick of Time I haven't seen till recently, and it was not a bad one. I don't really have necessarily any negative thoughts about it, but I mean, with William Shatner and a little boy on the plane, I mean, what more could you want in your life?
Wait, there's a little boy on the plane?
I don't know why I called him a little boy.
Folks, I think it's finally happening. He's having a stroke.
I had a stroke! Yeah! No, but all in honesty, I think Nick of Time is good, but I feel like it fits better with Time Enough at Last and the Stop at Willoughby.
Yeah.
But I think that one's definitely worse. But I definitely think, I guess it should be on this one. I mean, I guess it's good enough to be on this bracket, but you know, that's enough. I mean, what do you got to say?
Nick of Time is out of its league here. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet is a classic, maybe the most popular episode of the whole show, and for good reason. Definitely go on that one.
Alright, now we have Howling Man and It's a Good Life. This one's very interesting because I feel like these one aren't talked as much as a lot of the other ones on this.
Yeah, but in my opinion, they're two of the best.
Yeah, so Howling Man, I think, is very good, and I think has a very good message. Well, not necessarily a message, but story, and I think it's very well done. The only problem is that, like, alright, to me, the only time I actually truly feel suspense in, like, my heart drops is in The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street and It's a Good Life, and, like, I know that's not what the Twilight Zone is trying to achieve every single episode, but I can tell when it does, and sometimes it doesn't hit me. So when it hits me, I feel like it deserves it, and the Howling Man wasn't going for that, but I think the story's very good, but I feel like It's a Good Life is more Twilight Zone-like, and that's why I'm watching it, the Twilight Zone, so I think it's going to be Good Life for me.
Gotcha.
I know this one's going to be a tough one for you.
Yeah, this is the toughest one for me, I think.
Because you don't want to say no to the devil. You never have before.
Yeah, man, I love that guy.
Yeah.
It's a Good Life is... It's so unsettling and disturbing, the concept of it.
Yeah.
Whoever played the little boy is very good. Like, I mean, he's supposed to be a creep, and he is a creep. Like,
I don't think that was acting.
yeah, exactly. I feel like you could watch that in 100 years, and no matter how old and so-called corny it is, it's still gonna be so, like, unsettling and just disturbing. And I think it's definitely the most unsettling episode of the whole show. At the same time, The Howling Man, I love that episode. The story is so good, and the best part of it is how throughout the whole thing you don't know who's telling the truth, the Howling Man or like the monk that runs the place. I'm going to pick the Howling Man.
Sorry, I fell asleep. Okay.
That was so close, though.
Interesting.
I feel kind of guilt-ridden that It's a Good Life is already out of the bracket because it doesn't deserve that.
Mm-hmm. I know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't be thinking about what's gonna happen next. I should be thinking about now. So we got Eye of the Beholder versus the Obsolete Man. Now, see, here's the thing with the Eye of the Beholder. Like, it's a great episode, but like, it's weird because it's weird because it's like a message that could have been done a lot quicker and have the same impact.
Yeah.
And but I definitely think it's done well. Like, I don't know, I'm torn on it because, like, I don't know. I feel like they're both, I think overall I like Eye of the Beholder better, simply just because I think that idea is done well, and it's just, it's always a great idea to think about, but the Obsolete Man, I just feel like has a better story, and it's just cool the way that librarian just pulls the old midget on him.
Oh, the old switcheroo.
The old grab and push.
Oh, the old.
The old. So I think I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to go the O Man, but like, it's tough. It just feels wrong, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like. Do you get what I'm trying to say there?
Definitely. My one complaint with Eye of the Beholder, the first time I watched it and I didn't know the plot twist surprised me, but now when I watch it knowing what's gonna happen, I realize that I should have seen it coming from a mile away, and they really don't do a good job of keeping the plot twist secret. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I agree. I don't think you could tell they're not trying to reveal it, but I feel like they're not trying really hard for you to solve it. Like, I feel like you can kind of, the fact that you don't see their faces and she says she's hideous, like, it definitely, I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't that wild, but I think, yeah, I don't know, I don't know, there's something about it that I doesn't feel like it should move on, even though that's weird. I don't know.
No, I completely. I'm choosing the Obsolete Man. I think the Obsolete Man is my favorite philosophical one. I just love, like you said, how the librarian pulls the old midget at the end.
Alright. Moving on to Serve Man versus the Masks. Now, once again, so I got spoiled by this creep on the call here about the twist of To Serve Man before watching it, so I feel like my opinion isn't as good as someone who had no idea what was going on going into the episode. So but also I just think once again it's just a very simple idea, and I feel like Twilight Zone can and has done better. So I'm gonna say the Masks is gonna do it here because I think the Masks are very good.
Yeah, I'm going the Masks too. I don't have a ton to say about it. The reason I knew the twist at the end of To Serve Man was because of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Actually, they did a parody of it. Yeah, I mean, I really like the Masks. Yeah, that's really all I have to say.
Alright, we're moving on to the next round. This is where decisions are gonna get harder and Josh is gonna take longer. First one, I believe we have the same one here. A stop at Willoughby. Oh no, you had alright, whatever. I have a stop at Willoughby and I have a oh my god! I have a stop at Willoughby versus 5 characters in a search for an exit. What do you have, you old chimp?
Alright, wow, that's like a solid 10 minutes. I have Time Enough at Last versus 5 characters in search for an exit.
Okay, so these now 5 characters in a search of exit, I just feel it's very good and it's an enjoyable watching experience, but the best episodes of the Twilight Zone is the ones that hang on. You think about it even days after you watch the episode. And I'm still thinking about the stuff about Willoughby. And 5 characters in search of exit, I know that wasn't what they were trying to do, but like it's just more of like a cool, like it almost seems like a game show, almost the idea.
Yeah.
And a stop at Willoughby just feels like a Twilight Zone nickel.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything of what you said, except Time Enough at Last. Substitute it for Willoughby. I'm gonna choose Time Enough at Last.
This
5
is where
characters in search for an exit just isn't like impactful enough.
this is. Yeah, no, I agree. It's not like not that like it doesn't really have a meaning. It's just like a good story, and I don't need a strong meaning, but and again, the Twilight Zone is supposed to go deep into the human mind and expose problems with the humans and other problems in this world. And I just feel like that one's just like a good little like short story.
Right, exactly.
This is where the next round is where people will cry, die, and hide.
I think I might actually have to kill myself to avoid making this decision.
The monsters are due on Maple Street versus will the real Martians stand up? Or will the please stand up? Sorry, I didn't realize we were being polite.
Let's just call it Martian get up.
Will the creep get up?
Get up off of that thing! Ow!
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's enough. I don't really know how to. I don't really know how to go through my thinking here because I feel like I've already made my decision. Simply just because I know if I think about it too much, I'll die.
Yep, same here.
So, just.
Okay. I'm not a conceptual.
Yeah. Sorry for that interruption. What were you saying, Josh?
I honestly had no idea where you were going with that one.
Yeah, I appreciate the monsters are due on Maple Street because I feel like it could be the best scene out of all of them is when they're all talking and they're all starting to get really messed up, and then when that guy starts walking back that was checking the other neighborhood and just the way everyone just slowly turns their head and it shows it and it doesn't reveal it, but right before they shoot him, it shows the hammer, the hammer in there, and it showed it, it zoomed in on it in the beginning of the episode. So I just thought that was so brilliant and just great because you knew it wasn't a Martian or alien. And honestly, I just can't think about it too much because nothing against Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up, but there's one problem in The Real Martian that has to do nothing with the story, but I've said it so many times, I'm sick of saying it, so Monsters Do on That Maplewood Street.
Oh, to Maplewood Street. Yeah, that's an amazing scene that you're talking about. This for me, I just have to make a decision, and I'm pretty comfortable with my decision. No disrespect to the Monsters Are Due on Maple Street at all. I think it deserves to go far in any other bracket. I'm gonna have to go with The Real Martian Please Stand Up. I think it just it's a lot more special to me. But like I said, they're both amazing.
Alright, moving on. I think we have I have the 20,000 a night. Oh my gosh!
Oh boy, maybe I should take over.
Yeah, you have William Shatner versus Demented Kid.
I have William Shatner versus the Howling Man.
I don't know why, but my gut's saying It's a Good Life.
Yeah, I mean that one sticks with you.
But I just feel like the acting is too good in that one that I feel like it deserves to move on. I just feel that every single character's done really well, especially the main guy. Without him saying anything when his wife's asleep, you can feel exactly what he's thinking, and I just feel like that's very good. But It's a Good Life is amazing, and I wish it could move on, but I think it would be Obsolete Man and Masks, but that's the roll of the dice, so that's me.
One complaint I do have with Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, I
don't know what's more scary, the thing on the plane or the wife.
Oh, the wife, 100%. This is another toughie, but I think I'm gonna go with the Howling Man.
Really?
I think if I were to choose Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, I feel like deep down inside, part of it would be because of how popular it is. And I think that I personally would rather watch the Howling Man. Doing this bracket, this is why I love brackets, it's made me realize just how much I love the Howling Man and how far it's gonna get.
Yeah. Alright, I think we have the same one here. Obsolete Man versus the Masks.
Yeah.
I already know your answer, I think. Obsolete, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Is that right?
Are you sure about it?
I don't know. The Masks, I feel like is overall a better idea. But I just feel like the only problem I have with it, which it needed to be done, is that it's a very overall negative idea and thinking of an episode. He's dying and the rest just want him for money and they're all bad in their own way.
It's very depressing.
Yeah, and not that the Obsolete Man isn't, but it just, there's no one's really happy truly in that. So yeah, it's just a little too negative in my opinion, even though I feel like it might be better in my opinion. But I think I'm gonna go the Obsolete Man just because I feel like that's a very relatable, well, not a relatable, but I truly understood what was going on. It was a lot more of a unique idea than the Mask, so Obsolete Man.
Yeah, I'm going the Obsolete Man for sure. The Masks is great, but this is where I get off, sister.
Alright, we are into the semifinals. How long have we been doing this? I'm not sure. Us.
About 30 minutes.
Oh dear. Man, this is gonna be an editing adventure for me. I have a Stop at Willoughby versus Monsters to Do on Maple Street. You can talk first here, but I'm already gonna put my answer on while you're talking.
You're born alone and
I
you
have
die alone.
Time Enough at Last versus Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up. It's not even a contest for me. I'm going Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up as my first finalist.
Agreed. Except mine's gonna be Monsters Are Due on Maple Street are gonna be beating a Stop at Willoughby.
Nice.
Next we have William Shatner versus the Obsolete Man. I'm gonna do another quickie here. I think Nightmare. I'm honestly surprised because I personally liked the more philosophical ones better. But
Yeah.
I feel like a Stop at. No, I mean, I gotta be honest. I think I like A Nightmare at 20,000 feet more than the Obsolete Man. Maybe, I don't know, I've only seen the Obsolete Man once, so maybe I need to see it more, let it settle in. But for right now, when we're recording this, I'm gonna say The Nightmare at 20,000 feet is gonna make it into the final.
I have the Howling Man versus the Obsolete Man.
You like men.
I really do. It's raining, man, actually.
Okay. Hey, I'm supposed to be Smithers.
This is a really hard one. They're both different. They're both amazing. They both have a special place in my heart. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm gonna have to make this decision based on which one I would rather watch right now. And the one that just ages better for me. And I think that's gonna be the Howling Man.
I thought when you were saying all that, I thought you would have said the Obsolete Man. But,
Really?
you know, that's why we do these things, because they're full of twists and turns and other things.
Yep, enjoy just being wrong.
Alright, whatever. The finale. The final. The end. The cheek. I'd like to hear what you have to say first while I debate mentally.
So, your finale is The Monsters Who Do on Maple Street versus Nightmare at 20,000 feet, right?
That is correct, and yours is, The Howling Man versus Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up?
Yes. I think before we say what we pick, we should also try to predict what the other person's gonna pick.
I think this will be a no-brainer for you. Well, not a no-brainer, but I feel like you already know the answer to this one. Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up?
Interesting. I think you're gonna go with The Monsters Who Do on Maple Street. I know that you love both of those, but I think you're gonna go with that one because it's a mix of creepy and philosophical, whereas Nightmare is more just creepy. Also, random side note, those were the first 2 episodes I ever saw, so that's kind of cool that that's your finale.
Same. And my favorite episode was the 3rd one I've ever seen.
Wow, we started off strong.
Yeah, Josh, your prediction was right. I 100% agree with what you said, or that's what I was gonna say, so there it is. But before we close it off, I'd like to see what your final was, my friend.
This is a lot closer for me than you thought. It's not a no-brainer, but
I didn't mean a no-brainer, I just feel like it's gonna be the Real Martian Please Stand Up.
yeah, it was tough, but you're right. I'm going with the Real Martian Please Stand Up, which is the episode I referenced at the beginning. That's probably my favorite. I had to pick one, so I feel good that it won. But I'm also proud of the Howling Man for its run.
I wish there's 3 episodes that I wish that I feel like deserve to be on here. My favorite one, but also The Shelter and Shadow Play. I feel like those ones should be on this bracket instead of The Invaders and maybe Nick of Time. So that I feel like The Shelter might have won the whole thing for me if that was there. But I just feel like those are very good ones that are better than some of the ones on here. But that's why I don't make brackets, because it's more of a neutral idea. Josh, is there any other episodes that you feel deserve to be on this bracket that are not?
I would take off number 12, looks just like you, and put I Am the Night, Color Me Black.
To die.
Ooh, oh, true. Alright, well that's gonna be the end of it. This was a long one. I'll probably edit out parts of it, but I'll keep all the juicy stuff in. I'm probably gonna edit this out too. Thank you guys for watching. Is there anything you'd like to say, Josh, before we head into the Twilight Zone?